Hello middle schoolers, this is just a quick video on navigating your Poudre School District online health class. When you enter into the Blackboard class, you'll see the announcements page, and each week we'll have new announcements with new directions. Over on the left, the buttons, you have announcements will take you back to the home screen. The Teen Health digital text is a link to your textbook. Schedules of assignments will show your assignments for the whole semester, so you could look ahead or work ahead if you wanted to. Discussions is a link to some discussion board assignments, and My Grades is where you can see your grades for the course. Down here we have a tab for each chapter that we'll be covering in the class. You'll notice there's lots of missing chapters because we will not be doing every single chapter, although you will have access to them should you want to read them. Alright, so on a given week, on a normal week, you'll be doing the first half or the second half of any specific chapter. So the first week for a chapter will usually involve reading the chapter and completing reading checks in the online textbook. So you can read your physical textbook or your online textbook, but you got to use the online textbook to complete the reading checks. So what those look like, if I go to the textbook, I can open, this is your main home page. I can open a chapter and might as well start on lesson 1. And as you're reading, so you read a page, or like I said, you could read this online or in your textbook, and then occasionally in the text there are reading checks. And these are just reading comprehension. Did you understand what you read? So you're going to answer the question right here in the textbook. So you fill that out for the first lesson. But when you finish with the lesson, so this one has 4 pages, you can move on just up here to the next lesson. So that was lesson 1 in chapter 1, but you also need to do lesson 2 and lesson 3. Doing the reading checks as you read the text. Now, the second part of that week 1, after you read the chapter and do the reading checks, is to choose one lesson review from any of the lessons to complete. So if I go back to the textbook, there's 3 lessons here: practicing communication skills, family relationships, and peer relationships. So I can pick any of those lessons, the one that's maybe most relevant or most interesting to me. And then at the end, after, in this case, all 4 pages, there's an R. And the R has some follow-up questions to answer. You don't have to do that for all 3 lessons. You choose one lesson and answer the questions there. So that would be typical of the first half of a unit chapter. Then the second week, the week following that, you'll have an assignment and a quiz. So for this one, this is looking ahead to week 3. Your assignment's going to be a discussion board, and your quiz is called Healthy Relationships. So if you go over to chapter 1, Building Healthy Relationships, you'll see both the link to the assignment and the quiz right here. The quizzes are based on test banks, so not everybody will get the same questions. For some assignments, instead of being like a discussion board, there might be an assignment in the Teen Health book. So for example, over here on the right, it says lesson resources. So you may have to scan through some lesson resources, and maybe an assignment might be to watch this Health eSpotlight video and answer the 2 questions. So if that's the case, navigate to the right chapter, the right lesson, find the Health eSpotlight in lesson resources or whatever other lesson resource it calls for, and then follow the directions to answer the assignment. Alright, if you have any other questions on navigating the class, please email me or ask me when I see you in person, and we will go from there. Thank you so much.